What if you never had to browse the web manually again? No more endless tabs, no more filling out forms, no more hunting for deals. That's the future Perplexity AI is building with Comet, the world's first AI-native browser that does the browsing for you. But that's just the start. In this video, we're breaking down how Comet's AI agents can shop, tweet, and even reply to emails on your behalf while you sit back. The self-charging humanoid robot from China that never sleeps. An AI artist painting portraits for kings and selling them for millions. Delivery robots riding subways to restock stores without human help. And a remote surgery breakthrough where doctors operate across continents like they're in the same room. Well, let's get into it. Let's start with how we actually use the internet today. You've got tabs open, you're jumping between sites, logging in and out. It's a mess. Now imagine your browser could just handle that for you. That's exactly what Perplexity is trying to do with Comet, their new AI-first browser. Comet is built on Chrome's framework, so all your bookmarks, extensions, and logins transfer over instantly. But the real magic happens with its built-in AI assistant. Instead of you manually browsing websites, you can literally tell it things like, "Find me the best deals on a Nintendo Switch 2," or "Go through my LinkedIn requests and accept the relevant ones." What makes this different from other AI tools is that it operates right in your browser. No separate cloud service that needs you to log in again. It uses your existing sessions. So if you're already logged into Twitter or Instacart, the AI can work with those. In testing, it's been able to do everything from compiling grocery lists to scanning through video transcripts to summarize content. Now, it's not perfect yet. Some websites block automated actions, and occasionally it adds weird tags like "sent via Comet" when you don't want it to. And yes, access is currently limited, so you'll need to sign up for the waitlist at comet.perplexity.ai. If you're a Perplexity Pro or Max subscriber, you might get in sooner. But many free users are already starting to receive invites as the rollout expands throughout summer. But the potential here is huge. We're looking at a future where instead of you doing the browsing, you're just managing AI agents that handle the grunt work. Need to book a flight? Just tell the browser what you want and review the options it finds. Researching a topic? The AI can pull together information from multiple sources without you ever opening a new tab. Over in China, robotics engineers are solving one of the biggest problems with humanoid robots: battery life. Meet the Walker S2 from UB Tech Robotics. This isn't just another robot that needs to stop working to recharge. This thing can actually change its own batteries. The Walker S2 has 2 battery slots in its chest. When it's running low, it walks over to a charging station, pulls out the dead battery, slots in a fresh one, and puts the old one on to charge. The whole process takes less than 3 minutes. No human needed. No downtime. This might sound like a small thing, but it's actually a game changer for practical robot deployment. Think about warehouses or factories where these could work around the clock without breaks. The robot's humanoid design means it can work in spaces built for people, moving between tasks without needing special infrastructure. China's been pushing hard on robotics this year, with everything from robot soccer players to AI graduation speakers. But the Walker S2 represents something more practical, a solution to one of the biggest limitations in robotics today. If this technology catches on, we could see humanoid robots actually working full shifts alongside humans, not just doing short demonstrations before needing a recharge. So, get this, there's this robot artist named Ida that's been causing quite a stir in the art world. It just unveiled a portrait of King Charles III at the UN headquarters in Geneva, which is pretty wild when you think about it. Not exactly some basic printer spitting out images either. We're talking about a humanoid robot that can actually paint with a brush like a human artist. Ida has cameras for eyes that let it see its subject, then uses some pretty sophisticated AI to interpret what it's looking at. The robotic arm is specially designed to hold brushes and make actual strokes on canvas. What's really interesting is that it doesn't just copy. The AI makes creative decisions about composition and style as it goes along. The robot's creator, Aidan Meller, says IDA actually chose to paint King Charles because of his advocacy for sustainability and the arts. Whether that's true AI decision-making or clever programming is up for debate, but the result speaks for itself. That portrait, called Algorithm King, follows IDA's earlier work of Queen Elizabeth II, showing this robot has been in the royal portrait game for a while now. And here's the kicker. One of IDA's paintings sold at Sotheby's for a cool $1 million. That's got people in the art world scratching their heads. Is this real art? Is the robot actually creative? Or is it just a really fancy copying machine? Whatever your take, it's pushing us to rethink what art and creativity really mean in the age of AI. Now let's hop over to Shenzhen, where they've come up with a genius solution to a problem you didn't know existed: delivery robots that ride the subway. Think of it this way: it's the middle of the day, and while most of us are stuck in traffic, these little 1-meter-tall robots are calmly taking trains to restock 7-Eleven stores and subway stations. These aren't your average robots. They're smart enough to navigate the whole subway system on their own, boarding trains, getting off at the right stops, even using elevators when they need to. They've got special wheels and sensors that help them cross those gaps between the platform and train, which is pretty impressive engineering when you think about it. Before these robots came along, store employees had to do all the heavy lifting, literally. They'd have to park upstairs, unload all the goods, then push carts through the station. Now the robots handle the whole supply chain underground. They're already servicing over 100 convenience stores across Shenzhen's massive subway network, mostly during off-peak hours to avoid crowding. What's really cool is how people have reacted. When these bots first hit the tracks, passengers were whipping out their phones to take pictures. They've kind of become subway celebrities. And this is just part of Shenzhen's bigger plan to fill the city with practical robots. With over 1,600 robotics companies based there, you can bet we'll be seeing more innovations like this popping up everywhere from restaurants to retail stores. And who knows? Maybe next time you're grabbing a snack at a subway station convenience store, a robot will have been the one to stock the shelves before hopping back on the train to its next delivery. You know how specialists sometimes need to fly across the world for important surgeries? Well, that might soon be a thing of the past. Recently, something pretty amazing happened. Surgeons in Shanghai, Hong Kong, and London teamed up to operate on a pig from different continents. And no, they didn't hop on planes. They used a Chinese-made robotic surgery system that let them control the operation remotely. Here's how it worked. The lead surgeon in Shanghai started the procedure, making the initial incisions. Then, with the click of a button, control switched to the team in London, who took over the more delicate parts of the operation. The crazy part? They said it felt like they were all standing around the same operating table. The robot's movements were so precise and the connection so smooth that they could perform complex tasks like clearing lymph nodes without missing a beat. The tech behind this is seriously impressive. We're talking real-time 5G connections that keep everything perfectly synchronized, high-definition feeds that show every tiny detail, and robotic arms that respond instantly to the surgeon's commands from thousands of miles away. This could actually change healthcare by letting top specialists operate on patients anywhere in the world without leaving their hospitals. Now for something completely different, scientists in Switzerland built a robot elephant that can bowl. And no, we're not talking about some clunky machine that barely functions. This thing actually knocked down 7 out of 10 pins, which is better than many humans can do most days. What makes this elephant bot special is its trunk. The researchers 3D printed it with this crazy smart material that can change from soft to rigid depending on what it's doing. Need to gently pick a flower? The trunk goes all flexible. Time to knock down some bowling pins? It stiffens up like a baseball bat. They programmed over 1 million different configurations into the material to make it work. This technology could lead to robots that are way more versatile than what we have today. Most robots are either good at delicate work or heavy lifting, but not both. This elephant bot shows we might be able to have both in one machine. Imagine factory robots that can handle fragile glassware in one moment and heavy machinery the next. Or search and rescue bots that can carefully lift debris off survivors while still being strong enough to break through walls. The future of robotics might just have started with a bowling elephant. And that's it. AI that browses for you, robots that never quit, surgeons operating across oceans. This isn't science fiction anymore. So tell me, would you hand over your browser to an AI? Hit the comments, smash that like button if your mind's blown, and subscribe because trust me, we're just getting started. Catch you on the next one.